All right, it's gonna be a video here on daily tips and advice, some do's and don'ts. Of course, we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna take one. Let's begin.
So I just left the restaurant after waiting 30 minutes for a date to show up.
All right, let me say this real quick. Um, I'll say this: if you don't, I would personally me, if you go out on a date and you want to wait 30 minutes, fine. But usually I wait like 15, 20 minutes. At first, usually if I'm set meeting someone um, on a date first time, if they're like 10 minutes late, I'll give them a call and see if they answer. If they don't answer, I'll leave them a voice message and say, I will answer, hey, where you at? It's supposed to be here 8 o'clock. It's 8:10. Um, Call me back. Let me know what's going on. If I don't hear back from you within maybe 10 minutes or so, then I'm assuming that you're not coming. Now, if she answers the phone and she says, yeah, I'm running a little late, I'll be there, or she call you back and say, yeah, I'm coming, I'll be there, all right, then, okay, then you could wait a little longer. But if you call, she don't answer, don't pick up, you leave a message, or maybe if you want, you could text her. After you leave the voice message, you could text her, hey, where you at? We're supposed to be here 8 o'clock. Here it is 8:10 or maybe 8:15, and she doesn't respond back by then. Maybe 15, 20 minutes. More likely, they're probably not going to show up. All right, let's continue.
And apparently I got stood up. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to do everything right to be a gentleman. I brought flowers.
All right, let me say this. Um, Buying flowers for a woman is okay, but I would preferably save buying a woman flowers until y'all establish a relationship. Basically, me personally, um, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't buy flowers for a woman I'm just meeting on the first date. That's just my personal preference on it. I've done it once before in the past, many many years ago, but now knowing what I know now, I usually say flowers for a special occasion, like we in a relationship, maybe for Valentine's Day. She's a mother, maybe for Mother's Day, or or maybe her birthday, on those special occasions. Yeah, I'll buy a woman flowers, but she has to be either a family member or someone who I'm seriously involved with, becoming in a relationship with, or my wife. All right, let's continue.
I've been consistent talking with this girl for 2 weeks.
Oops. Let me say this. That's a mistake too. When you first meet a woman, or first meet a woman and you talk to her, you only maybe have one conversation with her on the phone. Like, say if you met, like for example, like if you meet her in person, and y'all exchange numbers, or she give you her number. Okay, I will say you met her. Say you met her on a Friday. She gave you her number. I would call. I would text her maybe on a Sunday or Monday, a few days after meeting her. I would text her or call her the same day. I would maybe, if I met her Friday, got her number, I would text her maybe Sunday night or maybe Monday, me personally. And when you text her, you can say, hey, this is Joe. We met, hey, this is Joe. We met at the mall, or we met at this store, wherever you met her at, the grocery store, the mall, or wherever you met her, gas station, wherever y'all met at. And say, hey, here's my number. Um, let me know when it's a good time, when it's the best time to reach you or call you. And then after that, you wait for her to call you back, call you or text you. And then if she calls you or she texts you, okay, cool. And then after that, she calls you or texts you. If she calls you, you talk to her, or she texts you first, and 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 then if you give her a call and then talk to her on the phone, see how the conversation goes. And then after you talk to her on the phone, if the conversation went well or goes well, then say, hey, I want us to see about it, about us getting together and meeting. If she was like, okay, cool, yeah, yeah, we can see each other, we can get together or something like that. And then after you get off the phone with her, then if you are you on the phone with her before you hang up, you can ask her, what's her availability, when she's available, when she's free, which days she's off, what days she's free. And so most average people, they usually work Monday through Friday and they off on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. Then she wants to meet. So you meet her Friday, for example. You meet Friday, you text her Sunday or Monday, and if you hear back from her, then maybe you call, you talk to her on the phone. And every time I always say, you at least want to, before you see each other or trying to meet in person, I at least say have one phone conversation on the phone with the person. Because by having a phone conversation with the woman on the phone first, it kind of gives you, you can kind of, get a feel for the person. They get to feel for you, and you get a feel for them as well. And see how the conversation goes. If the conversation goes well, and you want to meet, fine. Get together and meet. But if you don't, conversation doesn't go well, then I wouldn't waste time meeting, because more likely if the first conversation on the phone doesn't go too well, more likely y'all meeting in person probably might not go well. Now, if you still want to try to meet in person and see where it goes, okay, cool, fine. Then maybe give it a shot. But I would not spend time talking on the phone for 2 weeks. Because usually if you spend time talking on the phone with a person for 2 weeks and y'all haven't even seen each other or going out with each other, more likely you're going to end up, more likely 9 times out of 10 you're going to end up in a situation like this man is here. Going to end up getting stood up. She's going to end up, you know, not you setting a date to meet up, and then when it comes to meeting up, she's probably going to end up standing you up. And besides, you don't want to sit there and do a lot of talking on the phone anyway, because simple fact, if you talking on the phone for 2 weeks, when y'all get together and see each other in person, what are you going to talk about? Y'all done talked about just about everything in 2 weeks. Meet someone, whether it's online dating or whether it's person, you meet them, get the number, you talk once on the phone. After you talk once, maybe like 10, 15 minutes, feel each other out, ask questions, answer, some questions, what she like to do and everything. See if she, see if she, how she's engaging. Just how I personally do. Just my take it or leave it if you want. If I meet a young lady and we exchange numbers, so I get her number. I wait a couple days. I'll text her and say, "Hey, this is Joe. Um, hey, hello, Julie. This is Joe. We met at the gas station. on, the other day or Friday, whatever day it was. Here's my number. Let me know what's a good time to call you. What's good times, best times to call you. And after that, I'll wait for her to respond. If she responds back and say, hey, whenever, or if it's evening time, I'm usually home by then or something. Okay, cool. Then, then you just, give her a call, talk to her on the phone for about 10, 15 minutes, ask her questions. Hey, how long you been single? You know, just little simple questions. Nothing too serious, nothing deep. Maybe some questions like, how long you been single? Have you ever been married? If so, how long were you married for? What happened? Blah blah blah. Things like that. Um, just small conversation, small basic conversation, and also see if she's asking you questions back. See if if it's a two-way street, not like an interview. What I mean by interview is you the one. Interview is like this: if you're asking her questions, she's answering, but then she's not answering you no questions back. That's a good indicator that you know that she's probably not really interested. Because a woman is really interested when you ask her questions, she's going to answer it, then she's going to ask you a question back. So she's probably going to answer the same question back to you as well. So that should be an indicator. But then after that first initial conversation, the next step should be trying to get together and see each other. Maybe if you don't ask her then, maybe you could text her the next day and say, "Hey, I'd like for us to see each other um, in person when you're free or when you're available," and wait for her to respond. If she says, "Well, I work Monday to Friday, but I'm off Saturday and Sunday," and you say, then after she says that, then you can text her back. Okay, cool. How about if we get together, Saturday evening around 7, 6, 7, or 8? And she said, okay. She said, okay, that's fine. And then you said, okay, cool. I'll text you the location on Friday. And the reason why you say that, you text her the location of where to meet, y'all going to meet at on Friday. This is to see, so give you an indication of whether you're going to get stood up or not. Because if you text her Friday, say you text her the location on Friday, and see if she responds. If she responds and says, okay, what time? You wait, you just text her the location. It says, okay, how about we meet? Okay, you would text her the location and see if she responds. She's going to respond and says, okay, we can meet. What time? What time? Then you give her the time to meet there. You text her the location, say, hey, we're going to meet, say, 8 o'clock. Would that work for you? And if she says, yeah, okay, then you meet, and then you said, okay, cool. All right, I'll see you on Saturday. All right. Anyway, let's continue.
Trying to get to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. I made plans. I picked the restaurant, the day.
Let me say this. Now he did the right thing about making plans and picking the place. But like I said, when you first meet someone, I personally, I mean, if you want to do a dinner date, fine. But me personally, if I'm just meeting a person for the first time, I'm not going to do a dinner date. Now maybe a second date or possibly third date or something like that. I'll do it. I'll do a dinner date. But first date, it's not going to be a dinner date. I will say first date I'm going to meet should be somewhere, maybe like a coffee shop, like a Starbucks, maybe like a ice cream parlor place somewhere like maybe like a Dairy Queen. You have a Dairy Queen in your area. Also, maybe even a donut shop somewhere like that. I would say one of those. I would say one of those three, or she. If she likes to drink, or you a person likes to drink, maybe maybe I could meet at a happy hour or something maybe. But I personally wouldn't do no dinner dates for the first date because you don't want to do a dinner date. The reason I suggest y'all want to do a dinner date because you could get stood up either way, whether you do a dinner date or not. But some women might not even like you, but they will go out just to get a free meal because they say if I'm going to dinner, well, I don't really like this guy, but heck, he's taking me to dinner, so I'll at least go for a free meal, even though I don't really like this guy. I'd say because you go out to dinner, she don't really like you, she usually for a meal, and you could spend anywhere from 40, 50, 60 bucks or more, depends on where you go and how much she orders and things of that nature. But I will always say the first meeting should be somewhere small, coffee shop, donut shop, or ice cream shop or ice cream parlor, somewhere like that. Or even walks in the park or something like that too. Work as well. All right, let's continue.
At the time, I've done everything to be just the kind of guy that would value somebody's time. Like I'm just looking for my person.
And let me say this, and there's nothing wrong with looking for a person, but like I say, you got to really get to know a person, and then also you gotta look at it like this as well too. And he should look at it like this as well. And hopefully, I hope somehow, some way, this message I'm making will get back to him, and hopefully he'll learn from this. But also look at it as a blessing in disguise too. If you go to meet someone and they don't show up, look at it as a blessing from God. That hey, this person is not this not the person for you. This person ain't right for you. If the person was right for you, they would have done this. Because that's the way I look at the bad. You can look at the bad side. Okay, she stood me up, which is not good. But then also you look at the bright side. Hey, it's a blessing from God. Maybe it was God's way to let me know, hey, this person's not right for me because she could have easily came. She didn't like him. She could have easily came and used him for a free meal, or pretend that she really likes him, and not only just use him for a meal, but she also could have been using him. Could have used him, for his money, for him to buy her stuff, give her things of that nature. So just look at it, as a blessing. I know you're upset. I know getting stood up, it sucks. It's very upsetting, hurts. But hey, it is what it is. Just look at it as a blessing. All right, let's continue.
I'm just looking for the one that I guess is out there for me. I want to be somebody's husband someday, father.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, nothing wrong with looking for a woman and everything, but but in the meantime, you still gotta, work on, getting yourself together, look for the do's and the don'ts and everything. It ain't just about, you looking for a woman. I mean, a woman should be looking for you as well. And you go. Ain't nothing wrong with putting your best foot forward, but also you got to look at it this way as well too. And I say this not only for him, but any other guys as well. That was single or whatever and dating. That you have to just just be mindful of some of the stuff what to do and what not to do, and take, every lesson learned. And, hopefully with this, we'll be, use this, as a learning tool to learn from your mistakes and not make the same mistakes over and over again. All right, let's continue.
I'm trying to do everything that's right. I just get stood up. Like my feelings didn't even matter.
Let me say this. I'm sorry that your feelings are hurt. And like I say, some people don't have feelings, my friend. And this goes for all you guys too. I mean, it rarely I know ladies probably been stood up on dates before too, but it's what happens more to men than it does to women. Women rarely get stood up, but it does happen. But in most cases, the man does get stood up, and I know it hurts. And like I say, like I say, you gotta take it as a teacher moment. It's a lesson learned. Hey, things like this is bound to happen. It's going to happen sometimes. So you just gotta, like Shaquille O'Neal say, you gotta bear it up, you know, and be like, hey, forget her. So, like I say, and like I say, some people just don't care about your feelings. Because if she cared, she should have, if she was a real woman, she would have called you and said, hey, I can't make it, or I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it, or something like that. Or at least she would have called and let you. She just would have stood you up.
Sitting there eating a meal by myself.
And there's something wrong with that. Nothing wrong if you get stood up, you there at a restaurant, you eating, you know, eat a meal. Hey, sit there, enjoy yourself. Eat the meal, sit there, eat a meal by yourself. You never know. You might sit there by yourself. Sometimes, blessing might come. God might, woman might see you sitting there. She look at you, say, he looks, it's nice little fella. I wonder why he's sitting there by himself. And then a nice woman might come over, say hello or something. Um, like say hello, hey, what you doing or whatever. You can say, hey, I was waiting on somebody, a friend or someone was supposed to come, but they didn't show or something. She might say, hey, hey, can I come join you? And boom, she sit down and, start a conversation, boom, there you met someone there. Or even you sit there eating, if a woman is taking your order, maybe you could you know, she's single, maybe you could, afterwards maybe you can get her number and see if she's single. If she's single, maybe you can get her number, maybe y'all can be friends. Maybe you can spark a conversation with her and maybe that waitress who was taking your order, maybe something can happen that way. But like I said, some people just don't care, man. If they cared, they wouldn't do that. So, like I say, just look at it as a blessing. And like I say, guys, look at this as a blessing as well too. All right, just continue.
And realizing that nobody even cares about people.
Yeah, that's true. Some people don't really care, man. I mean, you got guys out here that don't care about people, and you got some women out here that don't care about people. Some people just, it's like that, man. It's a part of life. Some people, they just don't care. So, but you can't worry about whether they care or don't care. If they don't care, just leave them alone. Just move on. Go on with your life. Like they say, like they don't care. Okay, fine. See you. Bye. Be done with it. All right. Let's continue.
Anymore. Like LA and dating shouldn't even be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard to find somebody.
Well, like I say, I agree, it shouldn't be hard, but it's really not that hard if you know what to do. You know how to navigate. Like I say, dating, in itself is, trial and error. Just like life, we live and learn. As the old saying goes, you gotta crawl before you walk. We don't just come out walking. Same with with a child, baby grows, you know, he or she doesn't know how to talk. They have to learn how to talk. They start out, crawling. Then they don't. Then they have to learn how to crawl. Then they have to learn, and then they eventually learn how to stand, and then learn how to walk. Then they learn how to run. And it's the same with dating. You just gotta, you know, live and learn. And that's why That's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. To kind of help, some of you, help some of you guys out. And I know a lot of guys, some of the guys here on my channel, I know some of you guys are married or in long-term relationship, and which is good. But I know you have family and friends who might be single and dating, and hopefully you can take this information, share with them, so they can learn some from this. Use this as a teachable moment for them, so they can learn some do's and don'ts, so they know what to do, what not to do, and learn, from the mistakes that this gentleman made. All right, let's continue.
It shouldn't be this difficult to fall in love, to kind one another.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being kind to one another, but it's alright to be kind to people. So you treat people like you want to be treated. But in the meantime, being kind to people, you just don't let people take advantage of you. It's an old saying called don't let people take your kindness for weakness. You could be kind, but you also could be firm too. And when you sense people or see people trying to take advantage of you, you do something about it. You just don't let them walk over you, get away with it. All right, let's wrap this up here real quick.
What, ladies, tell me, what did I do wrong?
Well, like I said, well, I ain't a lady, but I can tell you what some of the stuff you did wrong. The only thing I say you did wrong is one, when you first meet someone, you only have one, maybe two conversations with them before you meet. And you don't spend 2 weeks talking to them on the phone. That's number one. You don't spend 2 weeks talking on the phone with a woman you first just met. Because it does two things. One, if you talk to her 2 weeks on the phone, she's more likely, like I said, she's going to be bored, and she's going to do what she did here. She's going to stand you up. That's number one. Number two, you spend 2 weeks talking to her on the phone, and then if she does decide to see you and y'all get together, she's you ain't gonna have really nothing to talk about because you spent 2 weeks talking to each other on the phone. So what's the use of talking 2 weeks on the phone and then you decide to see each other? You have, like I say, y'all exchange numbers. After you exchange numbers, like I say, you give her a call. Yeah, you can send texts first, find out what's a good times or a good time to call. After that, they'll text you back. They'll say, well, I'm available in the evening, the morning, or whatever their schedule is like. Or they'll say, hey, basically anytime. And if you call within a decent hour, not too late, not too early. And you talk to her on the phone, and then you kind of get a feel of the phone. Like you ask her questions, hey, when how long you been single, or have you ever been married? Do you have any children? Little basic questions like that you ask, and see how she responds. If she asks it, and if she just responding, giving you an answer, and she's not asking you back, that should give you an indicator or indicator to let you know whether you should even waste time. That's why I always I tell you, that's why I tell you guys, do trial and error. Talk on the phone with the person before you meet. Maybe 10, 15 minutes, you kind of conversation with them to see what they like, see how the vibe is going with them, to see what's going on, to see where things go. All right, one more thing I'm gonna say real quick, before I wrap this up here, is always whether you meet them online or not, whether you meet a woman online or whether you meet her in person, when you say, okay, let's start with the online real quick. If you talk to them online, like whatever, I say it's use a day site like Match. Okay, some on some day sites they don't use their name and they use their nickname or something like that. Most of them don't use their name, but they say they don't use their nickname. Say they use a nickname, and you can message them and say, "Hello, my name is Joe. What's your first name?" After that, you wait for her to respond. And then if she responds back, she says, "Hello, hi Joe, my name is Jill." Okay. Now after she responds back, don't text her back immediately. You wait. I'd say wait about 10 to 15 minutes. You don't want to message back within 30 seconds. I say wait about 10, 15 minutes. Then after that initial message, then you ask her, so what's your favorite thing you like to do in your spare time? You know, just a little light conversation, just to get you know things going, and then see how she responds. If she responds back, say, I like to travel, I like to bike ride, I like to go to the gym, I like to go to movies. So well, sometimes I like being a homebody, walks, whatever she likes to do. You see how she responds to you, and then also a good, also another indicator too. If she responds back like that, most times she's really interested. She'll ask you, so what do you like to do? Or what's your favorite thing to do in your spare time? And then she said if she asks you, then you just give her little basics. Whatever you like to do. Say, hey, I like to take walks. The park when the weather's nice. I like to go to movies. I like to go bowling. Just something small. Conversation. And then after that, then you can ask her if she's really interested. Then you ask her, hey, how about we continue this conversation offline? How about we talk? How about we continue to talk more on the phone offline? And if she's really interested, she will say sure, or she'll say sure, leave me your number, or she'll say sure, here's my number. If she's really interested. Now, if she's not interested or really interested, she's going to do either one or two things. If she's not interested, she's going to either not respond back to you, or if she does respond back, she'll say, not right now. How about, let's continue to talk more here. And usually when a woman does that, that's usually for this online dating. Of course, usually if a woman does that, that means she's really not interested. She's really not interested. And some women, they'll do that too. They'll get online and they'll like to have what they call text buddies. Someone they could just talk, they could just text with online. They're not really interested in meeting them or interested in meeting somebody. They just want to have a text buddy or text buddies. And also, same way as well, like even some women, if you get their phone number and stuff like that, some of them just like what I call phone buddies. Someone they could just be on the phone talking to, And like this guy here, this woman he must have been was talking to, she seemed like that's what she was. She was a phone buddy. He said because he talked to her 2 weeks before they decided to meet. So she was just one of those phone buddies, as I call them, that just want to be on the phone talking, and stuff. But then when it comes to meeting in person, they'll stand you up, or they'll come, or they'll call and say at the last minute, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it. I'm sick, or my mom's sick, my dog's sick, or I have to work late." Or they'll come up with some lame excuse. And one more thing here, as we're gonna wrap this up here. Video went a little longer than expected. But one thing I'm gonna say here, some the main points here I want to point out here before I wrap this up here. Number one, if any of you guys go on a date to meet a woman for the first time and she stands you up, she does a call, she does, like they say, a no call, no show, stands you up, do not call her, do not text her anymore, delete her number and move on. Don't even ask her, why did you stand me up? Why are you calling and tell me? None of that. Don't do none of that. Just walk away. Because if she stood you up, that means she didn't care nothing about you. So don't waste your time. Move on. Delete her number. Delete her number. If you got her on social media, delete her and block her on social media as well. Got her friends on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, wherever. Delete and block her on everything. Because that is totally rude and disrespectful if someone stands you up. Alright, another thing is you call someone, they don't answer, you leave them a voice message, do not call them back again. Not call them again until they call you or text you. Or if you call them, you leave them a voice message. Now, if you want, you can maybe text them and say, "Hey, I called, left you a voice message. Give me a call back or text me back when you get a chance." Then after that, you don't call her, don't text her anymore until she call you or text you. Now, after that, if she doesn't call you or text you, within 2 days or so, or 3 days, delete her and block her on everything. Because people always have their phone. I know people get busy and everything. I know they might not get call or text back right then and there, but it doesn't take a person to call you or text. It'll take 2 or 3 days for them to call you, text you. They're really interested. They're gonna make time to call you or text you. All right, that's just some basic information there, some tips, some basic do's and don'ts. My suggestion, if you want to really find out more information or want to get more information, I would recommend maybe you guys go to YouTube and check out a guy called Coach Corey Wayne. He's a dating relationship coach. He's been doing, giving dating and relationship advice for many years. I've learned quite a few things from him. So if you're interested in learning more tips or do's and don'ts about dating and stuff, I would suggest that you single guys or other guys that's struggling with dating and stuff, I would say maybe go to YouTube and check out Coach Corey Wayne. And he also has books as well too. It talks about dating and stuff, but he has tons of videos on YouTube that helps people with dating and relationships. Okay, now that's all I got. So that's basically it. So all I ask is you all like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with others let you know, you can use this information. And I hope this information is very helpful to you all. And I hope and pray help others as well so they don't fall and make the same mistakes that this guy made, and also the mistakes that I made in the past before as well. All right, take care. God bless you all. Until the next video. Peace.